All right, friends, I'm going to get us started because I know that there's a lot of great talking and collaboration and work that's going to happen today. My name is Megan Ranney. I'm a member of the SAEM Board of Directors, and I'm honored to kick off this consensus conference on the all-important topic of wellness today. I want to start by acknowledging the organizers. So Rosanna Sikora in particular and Rita Manfredi have worked tirelessly for the past year and a half to put together this consensus conference. They identified, as all of us in the room know, that wellness is a huge issue for us in emergency medicine. Arlene Chung, who's one of the conference organizers, and Michelle Lin wrote a paper this year reporting that there's 76% of our residents report burnout, with rates of burnout going up as they go through their PGY years. And studies show that somewhere around 60% of EM attendings suffer from symptoms of burnout. All of us in this room, and honestly all of us at this conference, know personally through our own lives or our friends the impact of burnout. And we also know the importance of striving for wellness. We know that it's partly on us, but it's also partly about the system. And one of the things that I'm so excited about today and the work that Rosanna and Rita and the rest of the steering committee have done is that they've really developed a program that will take all of you through thinking about the various contributors to burnout and, more importantly, to wellness, and thinking about how you all can create an agenda for doing research that can give us evidence that will help us create change. You know, the hope of the SAM Board of Directors with the Consensus Conference is that it's a chance to get the best and brightest minds from across the country together to help identify the state of the literature and then to identifying new solutions. And I'm confident, looking around this room, that you all will do that. You have an amazing MC with Michelle Byers, who's the CEO of CORD. And then I want to just give a moment to acknowledge the various subcommittee chairs who've been doing countless phone calls and meetings and dress rehearsals and run-throughs and working with many of you in this room to help create the content that you'll work through today. So Arlene Chung, who I mentioned, is Program Director at Maimonides Medical Center, Chair of the ASAP Wellbeing Committee, past Chair of the CORD Resilience Committee, and on the New York ASAP Board of Directors. She was also one of my residents and helped started our very first wellness program at Brown back when she was, I think, a PGY1. So has been committed to this work for a very, very long time. Next, Jay Kaplan, who is the Medical Director of Care Transformation at LCMC Health, a clinical associate professor of medicine in the section of emergency medicine at LSU, and of course past president of ASAP, and has spoken nationally and internationally about the importance of wellness and how to develop it. Rita Manfredi, who I've mentioned already, who's the immediate past chair of the ASAP Wellbeing Committee, and an associate clinical professor in the Department of Emergency Medicine at GW, George Washington School of Medicine. She's also board certified in hospice and palliative medicine, and so brings a really unique and special perspective, I think, on how to create wellness for yourself in this career and how to create wellness for your patients. Carissa Tyo is an assistant professor in the departments of internal and emergency medicine at UIC, University of Illinois, Chicago. She's also the IM-EM residency program director and the medical director of their clinical decision unit. So again, brings a unique perspective to how we can create wellness for our learners and for our colleagues. Saadia Ahktar, I'll introduce last because she's the first speaker, and then Rosanna. So Rosanna Sikora is an associate professor of emergency medicine and pediatrics at West Virginia University School of Medicine. She put in this application for this consensus conference, and it is one of the most passionate and heartfelt applications that I have read. Her commitment to this topic and to helping others to create wellness has absolutely floored me over the last year and a half, both in the way that she runs the creation of this consensus conference, her desire for all to feel well and create wellness in the process of doing this, and her commitment to facilitating it in others. And so I just really want to give a huge thank you to Rosanna for her tremendous, tremendous work in putting together this conference. Oh, thank you, Rosanna. I want to... So without further ado, because I know there's a ton of stuff for you guys to discuss, I will say that over on the conference calls over the last year, like, we couldn't even figure out what to talk about because this topic is so huge, right? So without further ado, I'm going to introduce Saadia Dr. Ahktar, who is our first speaker, who's going to give you an amazing overview of the state of the science And then you all have a bunch of terrific small group work to do across the course of the day. On behalf of the SAEM board, thank you for taking on this critical topic. We're just thrilled to have you all here and to see the products that come out of the consensus conference, and to work with you jointly, both within SAEM, ASAP, CORD, to help create change for our specialty and for the profession at large. So, Dr. Ahktar has a resume so long I will shorten it because I know that I only have 15 minutes. Rita's keeping me on time. She is the Associate Dean for Trainee Wellbeing and Resilience in the Office of Wellbeing and Resilience. She's an Associate Dean for Graduate Medical Education, Program Director for Emergency Medicine Residency, and an Associate Professor in the Department of Emergency Medicine, all at Mount Sinai, Beth Israel, which all of us that have worked in New York City know that Mount Sinai is often the epicenter of both the greatest stuff and some of the toughest stuff that faces us in emergency medicine. Saadia has been, like the other subcommittee chairs, a tireless leader for wellness back before it became trendy. She's also past president of CORD, and so brings the perspective of leading our residency directors for years, and has been an incredibly strong voice about the needs of our learners. So I'm honored to present Saadia to start off the conference. Thank you all for attending, and I look forward to hearing more as the day goes on.